Hello, everybody. This is Stephanie Calahan, and I am excited to share an interview that I did with Engel Jones just the other day. Angel and his wife Amanda live in Trinidad, which is an island off of the Caribbean, and they've traveled to North America to drive all over the place, meeting different people that Angel has had the opportunity to interview on his show. It's really pretty cool. This interview originally took place on Facebook Live on Angel's page, and you can go there to find more interviews of his tour across North America in the United States and Canada.
Is the 12th of the 7th month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 12, 7, 1, 8. There we go. And we have with us Stephanie. Now, Americans say A is like Calahan.
Yeah.
And in Trinidad, I would say Calahan.
I'm good with either one.
Wait, how would you say it? Let me hear you say it.
I say Stephanie Calahan.
Calahan. There we go. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So what's up? Like, you're real. Shake my
I
hands.
know. It's so good to meet you.
Wow. I mean, we've spoken after the podcast conversation, like text conversations. You just seem to be a pretty amazing person.
Oh, thank you.
And
You too.
most times. All right, there we go. So let's see. All right, let's keep it going then. Yeah? Well, let's do it. Let's see.
Awesome.
So what's the latest? What's new? What's going on?
You know, we're in the summertime now, and so one of the things that I did when I structured my business, I grew up with two parents that were teachers, and so because they were teachers, they worked during the fall and the winter, and then we had more opportunity to be with them in the summer.
Yeah.
I kind of liked that.
Yeah.
So I structured my business to be similar, where I'm putting in more time and working with more clients in the fall and the winter, and then I lighten up my load in the summer so that I can enjoy the weather, enjoy my family, do different activities and that type of thing. So
Yeah.
part of my work is still, I still work. I just don't work quite as much.
Yeah, tell us about your work. What do you do?
Well, I work with my private clients.
I remember
and-
Business Vision Catalyst. Is that still going on?
Yeah, it is. It is. And you know what? I love it more and more every day because I get the opportunity to work with world changers. Those people that they largely don't see themselves as world changers, but they are because every single client that they work with, they're making their lives a little better. And so by me helping them to be the best that they can be, they're actually going out and doing their world of work that's making the world a better place.
I love that.
So there's two different programs that I've really been focusing on lately. There's one of them, it's called Money, Mindset, and Magnetism.
The 3Ms.
Yeah, and that one is really for people that have hit some kind of plateau in their business, whether it's around sales or whether it's around their capacity within their business. And it's a focus on what's going on in between their ears, so to speak, in helping them get better alignment with their business. Because usually what's happening if they've hit some kind of plateau is they've either gotten out of alignment or never were in alignment in the first place. And so it's helping them really rediscover who they are and why they got into business in the first place. Because sometimes we kind of forget when we get caught up
Yeah, I could see that happening.
the things we're supposed to do in business. And so it's really about helping them reconnect to who they are, what they're wanting to do in business, and really letting it explode in a really good way.
That's
that
something
leads
you
them.
did. You did
Yeah.
with your life.
Yeah.
You boiled down, right?
Yeah.
Things a lot, and then you spoke about in our conversation how things actually grew, how it expanded, right? You
Yeah.
lessened down on things instead of being that corporate individual who was like getting
Right.
it done, and things actually grew.
Right.
So that connects to the 3M. What's the next thing?
So the other program that I'm working a lot with my clients is a clarity catalyst. And that's for those clients that they started a business, but they've hit a point where they're like, why am I doing this? They've kind of lost connection in some way. And it's helping them get really super clear on who is their ideal client, what type of work do they want to deliver, and how they want to deliver that.
Yeah.
And again, it's about alignment, but it's alignment in a little bit of a different way. It's not so much a focus on money and magnetism or marketing as much as it is clarity in the foundational structure of the business.
Again, I'm guessing this is something you've lived in, starting your business and needing clarity as to what you're doing. And now because I love the model of when someone is teaching from the perspective of, I've had this experience, and not necessarily the open book, hey, I read about this and I think this can work for you. I think it's really applicable when someone has lived that experience and then reflected, taken out of it what's necessary, and then decided to help so many other people that are experiencing it. Is that what's going on?
That is what's going on too. It's interesting because I am a big proponent in not making carbon copies of myself.
Yeah.
I want the people that I work with, my goal isn't to make them like me.
Of course.
My goal is to help understand what they're really looking for in life and help them have that. Help them really make that happen. Help that not be a pipe dream, but a reality, and have very solid steps on how to do that. Now, with that, then there's the people that are attracted to me are always going to have similarities to me in one way or another. So I can share my experiences and say, okay, it sounds like while you're experiencing this, that's similar to what I had going on, or that's similar to the experiences I've had with other clients. So I can take live experiences and tie that to my work, but then also take the education and the knowledge that I have and bring that in as well.
Yeah,
so it's a combination of life experience, coaching, consulting, and training, and I kind of meld it all together in the work that I do.
I'm glad you made that clear, because yes, sometimes we do encounter coaches that are attempting to use the exact thing they use to get out of something based on their experience, but you are not doing that. You are making sure that the individual's unique place of going forward is identified, and that sometimes that's just asking the correct questions as opposed to saying you should do this. Ooh, that was good.
Because everybody's born with a different fingerprint, right? A different DNA. Even if we have the exact same parents, our DNA can look very different. I know that because we did DNA tests and we saw my brothers. I'm like, wow, we're really different here. And there's different learning styles, there's different thinking styles, there's different processing styles, there's introverted and extroverted, and all those different elements that make you who you are. We should be looking at your combination of those things, not my combination of those things.
Where's the best place for someone that just heard that's listening, that finds it amazing to connect with you?
My website is stephaniecalahan.com.
All right, so let's spell that because it's so important. So Calahan, I think the Stephanie part is definitely good, right? The Calahan is Calahan.
Right, one L in Calahan.
Wonderful. So stephaniecalahan.com. One of the segments we cover is your own unique real shoes. I didn't see you in shoes. You actually came out in your socks, right?
Shoes. Yeah.
Like you came running. Hey!
I was so excited to see you. I'm like, I won't put shoes on.
Yeah. As well as Danny, right? Danny came out as well, right?
I told you he'd be quiet. He's now hiding in the corner.
Yeah, he's like, oh, they're doing an interview, right? Which is your dog here, right? But what's intriguing is your own unique real shoes speaks to who you are. You see the person's shoes. Of course, you chose your shoes, right? But then in terms of the steps they've walked, the struggle they've had, what is one struggle you've had that people don't know about, or even they know about? But
well, some of the people watching this probably won't know about it, and other people will. I think one of the biggest struggles that I've had in the last decade or so is chronic health issues. I think I mentioned it when I was on your show before, that in 2009 I was told I wouldn't see 2010. So I had to make some pretty drastic changes. And since we've talked, we've had a few other experiences. The entire family is actually currently being healed from biotoxin poisoning. We learned that this house had some mold growing behind the walls. We didn't know it was there, didn't see it, didn't smell it. What I'm seeing, we're missing something. And so she did some genetic tests, actually, and was able to narrow it down and figure out that it was biotoxin illness that we were struggling with. And the first way that you cure biotoxin illness is to find the source of the poison. And because I work out of the home, the first choice was to check the home. And we had an inspector come. She was here for hours. And my husband and I were like, no, it has to be from somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
We didn't think that there would be anything going on in our house. There was no indication that there was a problem here. And it turned out that we had fatal levels of, if it hadn't been contained behind walls, we could have been in some pretty severe trouble. So last summer, we actually moved out for a while. They built out biocontainment chambers in rooms and sealed off rooms, and they came in biohazard suits. And,
oh my gosh! I could imagine what the neighbors were thinking. Like,
I actually went to all the neighbors and said, okay, if you see this, here's what's going on. You don't need to panic. It's okay.
That's good.
Yeah, and so they took parts of our house down to the studs and subflooring and stuff, and
so you got a do-over. Which is cool.
Yeah. So, but working when you're chronically ill puts a whole different perspective on how you manage your energy and how you manage your time. And so I think I bring that to my clients as well, because a lot of times, whether you're chronically ill or not, frequently business owners don't manage their energy well. And that's when they have these really high highs and these really low lows, and they're like this in their business. And when you learn how to manage your energy effectively, then even if you are struggling with a chronic health condition, like we happen to be, you can still be really effective and really powerful in the work that you do.
What is one thing you are super, super excited for?
Every day I wake up, I'm super excited.
I feel that. I feel it.
What am I super excited for? I think that would be more on the personal side. You met my son, David.
Yeah.
Great just guy. A few minutes ago. And he's going to be a senior in high school this year. And so he's looking at colleges and what do I want to be when I grow up. And I'm really excited to see that just go through that next process of life. Him figuring out what school he wants to go to and getting accepted, because I know he's going to. And I have faith in that. And then going away and starting his next phase in life. I think it's going to be really bittersweet.
Yeah.
I say I have a year to get a life because I've spent a lot of time being a mom. But I'm really excited about watching him go through that next phase in life.
Soon to be adulting, as the word I learned today.
Right.
Yeah. When you heard that this guy from the Caribbean was coming to see you right here, where you are, what did you think?
Oh, I was excited.
Yeah.
We virtually met a couple years ago. I never thought that I would have the opportunity to actually meet you. So when you said, hey, Stephanie, I'm going to be coming through, I'm like, oh, well, let's make this happen.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. I was driving to your spot. For the first time, it actually hit. I was telling Amanda, wait a minute. I'm the guy that comes and have a conversation with someone. Like, do you know this is a lot of work, Amanda? And she was like, so that just hit you? I was like, yeah, sometimes I'm slow to it, but it only just hit me leaving Decatur, right? It would only just hit, like, right. It is a lot, isn't it? Yeah.
So that's why you decided to go ahead and do this. You didn't realize how much work it was going to be. You're like,
yes, I usually fool myself into working. Yes. And now I have my wife with me, so it makes it even better.
And she's lovely.
Yeah.
She's very lovely.
Well, Stephanie, this has been great. In closing, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I was thinking a lot about the conversation that we had before when we came in. And I think one thing that I'd like to share is really be very clear on what you want in life and then go for it. Don't let fear hold you up. Don't let not knowing hold you up, because there's so many different resources out there for, what if there's things you don't know, it's easy to find out now.
Yeah.
There's really no excuse. So get really, really clear on what it is you want, and then go for it, because life can be really awesome if you do.
Yeah, it can be. I endorse that. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this has been fun. Stephanie Calahan, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12 Minute Convos with
Thank
Engel
you.
Jones.
Thank you.
She has like a
Bye-bye.
really lovely handshake.